All right, welcome to Strength Training for Runners, everyone. We are going to use, we're still in June, hip month. I don't know, that sounds like we're hip or something. We're using our mini bands for our drills. So if you have those, please get them. If you don't have them, I will cue it. You can do the things that we're doing without them and it will still be hard, especially since if you're getting back to it. So don't need to have these, you're good. But if you do have them, make sure you've got it out. Hi, Nate. All right, so I will put this here and we can get this going. All right, so everyone, I want you to make sure you start with great posture. So when we're thinking about good posture, I say this every time, but I'm still gonna always say it because it's important. I want you to make sure your glutes are tucked under and that your rib cage and top of the hip are as far apart as they can be. So if you're back here, they're getting close here. And if you're hunched over, they're getting close this way. So here we are, shoulders rolled back. Let's get started. So we're gonna do our hip hurdles here. So it should stand up tall first, just getting one side. So if you have been working out with me for a long time, you know who you are. You don't need to put this foot down because you have awesome balance and stability, and you can just hold it up for 30 seconds. If you are falling all over the place, putting it down is totally fine. We're doing 30 seconds per side, so you might feel it in your standing leg, which is totally great. All right, and let's go to the other side. Switch it up. Cool. All right. We are having people come on in. Good. Glad to see it. I know there's lots of people racing both last weekend and this weekend coming up. And tonight, the Portland Trail Series is on. So there's lots of people not here because they're doing races, which is perfect. Do not come right around your races. Shasta might need to chat about that one. All right, stopping here. So we're gonna not drop the the hurdle. We're gonna add something to it though. We're gonna do a hip hurdle like we were doing to a hinge. So we're gonna come back, hurdle to a good hinge. And then you'll come back again. If you don't need to put a foot down, please don't. Hurdle, hinge. So from the side, gonna look like hurdle, and then this hinge. You're gonna have your back leg extended if you can. Trying to be in a nice long line. That's what we're going for. Hi, Maria. Hi, Allison. Glad you're here. All right. So no speed required, just working on stability. So if that means going really slow, totally fine. Let's switch sides. So again, hurdle and hinge. And if you don't need to put your foot down in between, great. All right. Nice long leg in the back if you can. Good. If you are also getting a shoulder workout because you're doing this, that's fine. You don't need to have perfect form. You're trying to work on it. That's why we're here. All right, 3, 2, let's switch. So we're just gonna do really easy squats before we make them a little bit harder. So we're just in the warm up. So if you're just going down barely, you don't need to get down into a perfect low squat, just getting into what's comfortable for you to start. And then we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Good, keep this going. Hi, Megan. All right, so once you've got your squats feeling okay, you feel like everything's cracking and you're good, I want you to get into this overhead stance and then we're coming down. Now, what I want you to try and do is keeping your hands out of your view. So I want them to be up here. So if your hands are here, you're no longer overhead, right? So we're trying to just come down as low as you can, keeping your hands up. You can see my hands are in line with my back here. So try it. You're gonna feel like, wow, that's a lot harder. See if you can do it without making a big arch through your back, which is going to give you some pain. We are not looking for pain. This is not a no pain, no gain situation. Hi, Cynthia, glad you're here. All right, just a couple more. If the overhead squats feel terrible, hands down, that's okay. We are done with those. All right, so you're gonna join me now. We're going to do a side step here. When you do this side step, the first time you look, we're gonna do one side at a time. I want you to make sure knee, eyeballs, toes, everything's facing forward. Then we're gonna come up to balance. prove you got that good balance, and then step it back, and then come on up, prove it. Good. So this is making sure your feet, your planted foot is working here to stop you and stabilize you while we warm up both this trailing leg and the moving leg. Good. All right. At the top, make yourself like 1 inch taller if you can. Good. All right. 3, 2, let's switch sides. So go ahead and come on up nice and tall, and then step it over and come on up to balance. Hold. Yeah, so it shouldn't be quick where you're just coming down, right? There's no balance required in that. I want you to really pause at this top. Yeah, so it should be slow. Good. All right. And 3, 2, super. So we're going to switch to a hinge reach. So we're going to, when we do hinge reaches, sometimes we reach behind us, sometimes we reach down, sometimes we reach forward. We're going to do all 3. So the first one, we're going to do a hinge while we reach behind us. So that's going to look like fingers and head as far apart as we can. Now I want you to think about getting your hips back. So think about hips back, fingers back, head forward, and come on up. Let's do that one again. Glutes tight at the top, and then do it again. Come on forward, pushing your chest forward, hips stay back. Feel that in your hamstrings, coming up. Now we're going to do this while we reach for the ground. So we're coming down. You're not slumping your shoulders and you're not rounding your back, keeping your shoulders back, but you're reaching your hands towards the ground, and then come on back up. And then one more time. So shoulders stay back, but hands come down. And then the last one, we're going to reach out in front of us. So this reach, we're coming here. So fingers and hips as far apart as you can. Going for it. Good. Hi, Sheila. Glad you're here. Good. Nice reach. Yeah. Last one. Good. All right. Everyone go ahead and get on the floor on your back, please. We are going to do some open books. Actually, if you don't know what an open book is, if you haven't done them with me, don't go down yet. Watch me what I'm doing, then you'll know. So an open book is when you're lying on your back. You'll have your hands open with your hands up towards the ceiling. And then one knee, we're going to get our right knee over onto our left side. And we'll take our right hand and clap it over. So go ahead and first just get into the position. Don't move your hands yet. I want you on your back, arms open, hands up to the ceiling. And then right knee is tipped over to the left side of your body. This should feel really good on your back. Your right knee is touching the ground or not. It's aspirational. Mine is not touching ground. That's okay. All right, so now let's go for it. Let's get our right hand clapping over to the left. Clap it over. And then come on back open. Let's do 3 more. Here's number 2. Clap and come on back open. Here's number 3. Nice big open. And last one. Good. All right. So go ahead and undo that leg position. Extend the right leg. Bend up that left side and tip it over. Exhale. Let that knee drop. And here we go. We're going 4 per side. Open wide. Good. That knee might come down as you clap your hands. That's great. If it doesn't matter. You're still a good person. No one cares. All right. And then once you get 4, we're going to sort of imagine this same position, but on our stomachs. So I don't want you smushing your chest down onto the ground. I want you into a low scorpion here, or a low cobra, excuse me. And we're going to do some scorpions where we kick from one side to the other. You can either have your arms here, or if it is comfortable for you, you can get a stretch through your chest this way and this way with your arms open. For some people, smushing your chest onto the ground like that is just not a fun scene. So don't do it. I want you to get in the movement that feels good for you. We're working on getting that back leg tipped over. You should feel like you can feel a stretch through your quad as you do that. It should feel good. We're just working on mobility here. And if it doesn't feel good and you're like, nope, something else would feel better, then do that. Totally fine. All right, but we're just doing it for 5 more seconds. So just get in a couple more, and then we're gonna stay on our stomach and go into a plank position. So go ahead and switch to that plank. So we're gonna do a plank to a primitive plank. So for those of you who know what I'm doing, you can get started. If you don't, we're starting in a plank, and then we're ending up in this hands and knees position, but our knees aren't touching the ground. We get into a little bit of a mini cat where we're tucking our pelvis, and then back extended to a tall plank. Push the ground away, long neck. You're on, there's 20 more seconds. So if you want to only hold the plank, that's totally fine. If switching from the plank to the primitive plank feels good, do it. Or if you're like, nope, I'm just gonna hold the primitive plank, that feels nice, fine. We're in the warm up, so we're just trying to engage every muscle that we're gonna use later. 3, 2, nicely done. All right, onto your back. We're gonna do a glute march to a hamstring. I think we did these last week. So this one is where we are on our backs. We're going to be in this glute raised position, and then we're going to march. And every time we put our heel down, we'll put it down 1 more inch in front so that we end up in this hamstring position. And then we have to march it back to where our heels are near our bum. So go ahead. Got 30 seconds. If you already started, great. Lots of you know how we're doing this. So you're marching out. Doesn't have to be fast, but the trick is that your hips are not dropping. Those of you who I can see on the camera, your hips are not dropping, which is great. Imagine there's like a roll of toilet paper or something underneath your butt, but you don't want to touch it. That is weird because it's clean, but you know what I'm saying. All right, 3, 2, nicely done. And the last thing, we are finishing up our warm-up. So we always end with side planks. So let's do that today. So for our side planks, you are just getting started on these. Start it from your knees and come on up. If you know what you're doing and you've done these before and you're strong enough, come from here. All right, so pick your position, whatever that is, and let's go for it. We're doing 30 seconds per side. If you can do a full side plank here and you want to get your legs moving, you can make it as hard as you want. You can also hold in this position. I find that one quite difficult. All right, so next, everyone check your neck. I see some people looking forward. I want you to have your neck in line. So when you imagine you're not here, but here. All right, there's 3, 2, nicely done. All right, and good neck correction there. When you're pushing your neck forward, it's a position we don't want to be in running, and we also don't want to be in here because then it's pushing us forward and making it tougher. All right, here we go. Other side, let's do it. So this is level 1. If you've been doing this a long time, I know you've got it from here, and then you can lift and lower. If you find, wow, my hips are falling, let them fall, and then lift back up again. I'd rather you not just sag and get lower and lower and lower, but instead do a lift and lower so you can be at least some of the parts in the right position. All right, there's just 5 more seconds, so hang in there. It looks so good. 3, 2, yes. All right, so I promised for drills, we would be using our band. So if you've got that nearby, please grab it. I'm going to show you what we're doing. So we're going to do 2 different moves. We are going to do the first one standing. The second one will be lying down. So the first one, what we're going to do is get into a squat stance. We'll have our band around our ankles, and we're going to do one side at a time where we're just stepping sideways. So we're working on this hip here. So if you do this without the band, I promise you, you'll still feel it. And then the second one, we'll do lying, and I'll just show you when we get there. All right, so everyone get into a stance where you can feel the band putting pressure on your legs. All right, come on down to that squat. And then one side at a time, step side. Weight's in the way there. Yeah, step, good. So you're trying to keep all the weight centered on this leg. So it's kind of like you're doing a single leg squat with this tap. All right, how's this feeling? Should feel it here. You're gonna feel it in that planted leg too. And up, whoosh. Okay, we're gonna do it now. Obviously, other side, otherwise we're gonna be imbalanced, out of balance forever. So come on down. Here we go. Good. For if you're feeling like, well, this is easy, you can switch to a more difficult band. If your band is easy, you can stay out here, or you can just hold. The other thing is, instead of tapping and really holding there, you can just barely tap. So you really have to be working this whole time. All right, 3, 2, whoosh. Okay, before everyone gets on your back, I'm going to show you this, what we're doing. So what we will be doing is putting our bands on our feet. And again, if you don't have one, it's totally fine because you'll feel it without it. But I want you to have your knees not into your chest, but directly upright so that if you can feel your abs having to work. And then what we're going to do is extend one leg at a time. Now the working leg is the leg that is not moving. That's the one that we want to not move at all. So the leg that we push out, yeah, it's doing some work. Go ahead once you know what we're doing. It's doing some work by pushing that band. However, that planted leg, we want to stay where it is even when we're doing movement. So if you don't have a band, imagine as that one leg extends, the other leg could come in towards your chest. Don't let that happen. Keeping that leg upright, abs engaged the whole time. Good. If your band is really tight, it is going to, you're going to have only a little bit of range of motion. You won't be able to get your foot fully extended. That's totally fine. Cheryl, your cat is definitely into this one. Very interested. All right, 3, 2, let's go through this one more time. So let's get back up to tall. We're going to go back into that squat stance. All right. So that one where you're lying down, it's both working the abs, how we're holding our hips, and then keeping stability through the hips. Everybody ready? Bend it down. Here we go. Good. So really trying to stay still. Last time we got it, you figured out what we were doing. Now this time, perfect it. Everything here is still. Only thing moving is here. So we're not trying to do like that. There's no dance element to this one. Trying to be really still. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2. Okay, Maria's showing me there is in fact a dance element to it. Okay, here we go. Other side. You can incorporate a dance element, but it has to be arms only, not full body. All right, thank you, Ellie. Thank you guys for entertaining me endlessly. I appreciate it. Good. So we haven't done sliders in a while. Maybe we should do that. I was just seeing the very shiny floor that Jessica has, and we could do sliders where you just slide and come back. All right, 3, 2, good. All right, so last time for these drills, on your back, really stabilizing through the hips here. So check your knees. If it's feeling like this is too easy, then I promise you your knees are in towards your chest. If you're feeling like, okay, this is a little harder, your knees are either upright or just a little bit past. So that's how you make it harder or easier. Let's go for it. So you're on your back, knees positioned where you need them to make it hard for you. If you have your knees in, it means your abs don't have to play a part, and that's okay if you can't, right? If you can't stabilize this by using your abs and your hips, that's fine, then don't, right? You can have your knees in. If you got it, then I want you to make sure your knees are, okay, everyone's doing it. I'm gonna stop beating that dead hip. Good, 5 more seconds. Get in some good ones here. It's looking great, and done, done, done. All right, get a drink, get ready. Our first set, we are, oh, actually keep your band if you want it. I think it's an added challenge. So we're going to do our balance work, which will be single leg squats and single leg hinges. basically what we're doing every single week, but we always try and make them different. So for this week, you can take your band, just lay it over your one foot. So then when we're going for our single leg squat, got to squat, get this knee coming out. Whoops. So single leg squat there, and then single leg squat with that leg coming out, trying not to dump your band. Okay, so that makes us keep our foot in that dorsiflex position. So it also keeps us focused on something to do, keeps this leg from wobbling all around. The second thing I said, we are going to do a single leg hinge. I'll show us when we get there because everyone looks excited about these and is already doing them. So let's go for it. So get that something on there. You don't need to, obviously. We're doing 30 seconds. So you're coming down just as low as feels good. If you feel like, man, I could really use some stabilization because it's just not happening, one finger on your wall is totally great. Well, the other side, so you can stick that leg out, but making sure you've got stability here by testing yourself with that band. All right, switch the band. How'd you guys do? I can't see all of your bands, but I didn't see anyone reach down and have to reposition. And I know, Jessica, you don't have a band, which is totally fine. Just imagine there's a feather on your foot. All right, we're on, other side. The same thing, coming down and coming side. Good. All right. So these should feel good. If you can feel your knee going, whoa, come down less far. So only want you to come down as far as your knee can handle. We want to keep strong knees. That's part of doing single leg squats. So we don't want to get ourselves, just keep doing bad reps. All right, 3, 2, done. All right, I promised single leg hinges. We're going to just do 3 per side. But when we do a single leg hinge, it is very often that we come down and we're here. This isn't hinge, but our hips are in the wrong position. So we want to get them here where they're parallel to the ground. So hopefully you guys can see the difference between this and this. So what I want is for us to come into that hinge, fix our position. So we fix the hips, and then maybe our back leg's doing this. So then we can fix that and get it fully extended. Really extend with your chest, maybe extend the arms. You'll feel that in your hamstring, and then we'll do it again. So the idea here is that it's okay to come down in kind of junky form. We're gonna stay down long enough that we can correct it. Everybody ready? We're just gonna do 3 per side. Here we go. Come on into that hinge. All the corrections. Yeah, so I see hips getting corrected. Back leg is getting corrected. Good. 2 more. Come on down. Okay, if you're in a junky position, close up that hip. Extend that back leg. Feel your glutes tighten. When you extend that back leg, go for the 3rd one. When you extend that back leg, you should feel this glute having to hold that leg out. Let's see it. Oh my gosh, you guys, some of you are superstars on this one. And some of you are, wobbling around. Perfect. That's good. Something for everybody here. All right, 3 on the other side. So stand on the other leg. Here we go. For those of you who are like nailing this, no problem, you can make it harder by standing on a pillow or something a little bit uneven. Go for a second one, or a wobble board. Force your ankles to have to stabilize. Good. Or a little lightweight out in front of you. And there's our 3rd one. Excellent. All right. Back to those single leg squats. We're doing this set 2 times through, just 2 times through for our balance work. So go ahead and get your band, just lay it over your foot. If you were finding it's just falling right off, then obviously this is a good one to work on, but you also don't need to use it. All right, here we go. Come on down, and then side. Great. So again, I want you to look up while you're doing these. You don't need to look at your foot, but I do think if you're feeling like, is my knee in a good spot? Check it. If it's coming past the center line, not great. If it's wobbling around, also not great. So if you need to just come down a little bit, that's okay. 3, 2, switch it up. My band was definitely falling off. Glad that would have been a good one for me to have 25 seconds of work there. All right, we're on. Come on down. Come inside. Yeah. This is like a really dumb party trick. No one do this. I know it's been a pandemic. We haven't seen other people a lot, but this is not a way to make friends. All right. Good. 5 more seconds. We're going to go back to our hinges. Good. All right. We're done with those bands, so you can put them to the side. Let's get in our hinges. So I want you to imagine you understand about getting your hips in the right position, understand about getting this leg long, but I want you to really squeeze the glutes as you extend the leg this time. Let's go for it. So hinge down, fix your hip position, really extend that back leg and squeeze the glute, and then come on back up. Nice. All right, one more time, or 2 more times. Extend, fix your position, and come on up. Last one on this side. You should feel this through your hamstring, probably feel it through all the stabilizer muscles around your ankles too. That's good. 3 on the other side. Let's see it, everybody. Good. Some of you have your arms back. Totally fine to have it that way as well. That helps you keep your chest lifted and your shoulders back. I like that one. Good. Second one. Squeeze the glutes. Don't forget that part. Squeezing. And here's number 3. Last one on this one. Good. All right. You guys have beautiful single leg deadlifts. You're ready for, I was going to say ready for anything. You're ready for good single leg deadlifts now. All right. So we are on our second set. So this is the one where if you want to progress this with some weights, I'll show you. You don't need them though. So first thing is we are going to do a lunge where we stand in our lunge position and come down and up. So when we're on one side, we'll stay in this position here. Then we'll come down and up. And as we come down, we are going to get a twist. So it'll be down, twist, twist. The trick here being is that we don't want to collapse our knees that way or this way. So we're trying to keep our hips in the same spot and just twisting from the upper body. So having a weight, you can grab a dumbbell or a kettlebell, and it would be up here as you come down, twist, twist, and then back up. Okay, second thing we are going to, I'll show you when we get there actually. Everyone's getting weights, so I will show us when we get there. Let's get started. Everyone step back, nice and tall, shoulders back. Here we go. Dip it down, twist, twist. Good, come on back up. Excellent. Think about hips, stay exactly where they are. If you need to make your twist smaller, that's fine. If you feel like you cannot twist without moving your hips around, don't do the twist. Just come down. You can look left and right like you're checking your directions. That's it. Good enough. Keep this up. 10 more seconds. Watching. Good. I see some kettlebells, some dumbbells. Love it. Some not weights. Totally fine. You don't need them. And good. Switching sides. Switching sides. All right. So same thing. Here we go. Come on down. Twist, twist. Right back up. Good. So you can see why this is one of the exercises we're doing during our hip focus, right? This is all about hip stability. Basically everything we've been doing so far is hip stability. So this is a major one for that. I know that you can lunge with more weight if you were holding it down here, but we wouldn't have the same emphasis on our hips. All right, 5 seconds. And 3, 2, nicely done. All right, second thing, we are going to do, again, another hip thing where we're coming into a triple march. So we're here, 1, 2, 3, hold. We're gonna hold this up. This is a core exercise with hip stability. So we're imagining if you can't do the jumps, you can just hold and just do a nice long hold. If you're jumping with me, it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo. Okay, didn't nail that one. Hopefully you guys look better than me. Let's get started. Nice long hold. Good. This is a really good running drill, something you can do before you are starting to do some speed work. So if you're like doing a workout that has some speed injected into it, you could get going, do a little bit of run, and then do these before the speed. It emphasizes a really good landing. Good. Nice balance, everybody, and done. Last one. Last thing is a half get up. So this is where we have, you can do it without weight. One arm up, same knee is up. The other arm is 45 degrees, and we can come up to tall and then reverse it nice and slow. Try not to plunk on your way down. You are allowed to use this other hand. Makes it easier if you need to help push you up. You do not need to though. 30 seconds on each side. So some of you will get in a bunch of these. Some of you might just get in one. And if you already know how to do these and are decent at them, grab a weight or your catch or a shoe. Go for it. Nice, tall, good. You're trying to emphasize not plunking down at the bottom. So it's totally fine to use that other arm, which is out at a 45-degree angle if you need it. Good. 3, 2, switching sides. Just keep doing what you're doing, but just switch your knee and your arm. So same side, whatever side you're using, the knee and arm are up. Come to a full seat and then nice and slow down. Roll it down. Good. Let's see. I love it. Okay, some of you guys I know could use a little bit of weight in your hand if you've got it nearby for the next round, because we're going to do 3 rounds of these and we're finishing these in 3, 2, done. Nicely done. All right, so we're back to those lunges then. So we're going to go through 2 more times. So back to the lunges. Again, the focus here is when we're in this down position to not let our hips move while we twist. All right, everybody with me? Yeah, Dana, let's go. Okay, good, thank you. Here we go. Step it back, staying in that position, down, twist, back up. Good, just keep rolling with that. All right, so I'm so glad you guys are coming. You don't want to stop strength training. I'm telling you, I was doing Olympic lifting. It's sort of when you're like lifting big weights into a snatch or a clean position. Anyway, I stopped doing it for a while. I just went back and I'm going to tell you that the parts of me that are sore are everything, all the parts. 3, 2, 1. So just keep doing it. Then you won't be sore all the time. All right, come on down. And for those of you who are just getting started back, awesome. You might be sore tomorrow. You can let me know about that, but it won't stay like that forever. It won't be every week, I promise. Good. All right. Nice twists. I see them. Good. I see some good low lunges. We got 3, 2, done. All right. Triple march. You know what to do. So you're either stepping and holding or 1, 2, 3. Good. All right. Some of you have like the most beautiful runner arm position here. It almost looks fake. I love that. Having your arms in a good runner position is exactly what we want, because why would we have them in a weird open position? We do not need to practice that. All right, so no flinging your gum back, right? We're not doing that. You don't do that when you run, right? That would be super weird. You're running here. All right, keep this up. Don't fling the gum. I don't know why I said flinging the gum. I guess you could fling anything. 3, 2, nicely done. All right, get ups. Go for it onto your back. If these feel like, oh my gosh, these are so hard, just do less reps, right? Take a little more time in between. If you're feeling like, well, these are easy, wait, the hand that is up over your head. Yes, I see you, Maria. Let's do it. Go for it. Yes, good, good, good. All right, as long as the same knee and same arm are up, that's what we're looking for. Good. Same side. And 5 more seconds, and we're on to the other side. When you're ready, switch your knee, switch your arm, and go for it. Full minute of the bottom of the Turkish get up is what we're doing here. Just focusing on good posture at the top. Good. And 3, 2. All right, we get to do that one more time. We're the luckiest. Let's do it. All right. So last time with those lunge twists, if it's starting to feel like, oh, this is painful, or if you're starting to feel like, wow, those lunge twists, like I'm not really feeling it in my stability, but I want to make them heavier, you can absolutely just use heavier weights, put them to the side. But otherwise, get your weights up or just your hands up, and let's get in those twists. Here we go. Come on down. Good. Stable hips, not moving. Nice. Looks good. You might feel this, that back foot. You get good toe stretch back there. Bonus. All right, and 3, 2, other side. Okay, here we are. Going for it. Good. I don't know, maybe you can't see yourself. It would be great. These are good ones if you can see yourself, so you can always change your camera. Just next time, something to think about. If you're like, I don't know if I'm twisting my hips or not, you can always just point your camera at yourself or turn on that view so you can check. Good. I can see all of you guys. It's looking really good. And 3, 2, nice. All right. The triple march or just the march and hold. Going for this hip strength, getting in that good arm position. Here we go. Yes. Don't be afraid to hold that, to do the hold for longer that seems reasonable. The longer you stand there and do the hold, the more chance you have to fall over, right? So that's, right? You're like, whoop, whoop. It's totally fine to hold it for a little bit longer. We're not in a rush here. This is a drill, working our hips. We really want to emphasize that hold. Good. Nice fast feet. And 3, 2, great. All right, last time with the get-ups. Get down for the get-ups. You see where I'm going with this one. So everyone on your back, whatever side you want to start on. If you feel like one side's better than the other, start on the side that has the opportunities. Don't call it the bad side, just the opportunity side, and let's do it. Good. 1 full minute here. I'll give you the 30-second countdown when it's time to switch. If these are starting to feel hard or hurt your back, do less of them. Just hang out on the ground, breathing, chilling out, waiting for me to say switch, which is now. Go ahead and switch. Go ahead to the other side. So knee and arm, both sides. Switch it up. Good. All right. Really tall at the top. I want you to think about reaching up all the way into your ceiling. It's easy to come up to the top and sort of get hunched over, not be fully over there. Oh my God, Allison, was that your cat? Allison's camera just went like whoop, like it was being taken over. 3, 2, 1. Possessed by demons. Yep, confirmed. That could only be a cat. All right, cool. All the pets are helping out today in the workout. Nate, I haven't seen your cat make an appearance, but it's okay. All right, done. First, the main set is done. So now we have our jumping set. And if you're not jumping, it's totally fine. You'll be squatting. So we're going to do all squats in this set. Yay. So it's going to be working on power and just force development. So we're just doing the squats where we go, come on down nice and slow, and then pop together, and then down nice and slow, and then pop our feet together. So if you are not doing jumping, that's totally fine. What I want you to do is squat and come under, like you are ducking under some kind of rope that is mean. All right, then the second thing we're gonna do after we finish those, we're gonna do squat jumps. We are going to just come down and nice big jumps. We start low and we end low on those so that we are letting our knees absorb, not just clunk. That feels terrible. Please don't do it. All right, so if you're not jumping on those, you're just going to do a regular squat where you come down, hold, and then back up. All right, so squat together are first, or the duck unders. You decide. If you're not jumping, here we go. So squat together, good. Just nice pop, your feet come right next to each other, and then nice and slow on the way down. Good. If you're not doing the pop together, it's ducking under and ducking back under. Good. Otherwise, whoops, where am I? Down and back up. Good. All right, 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, sweet. Okay, we're gonna take a couple seconds before we go into our squat jumps so everyone is relaxed. Remember, we're gonna do the squat jumps with start low and end low, or if you're not jumping, you are coming down for 2 and then up, nice tight glutes at the top. All right, so for squat jumps, if you have your weight, because I know some of you have it, make it harder and use it. Right there. All right, let's go for it. Just 10 seconds. How many can you get in? Let's go. Jump. Good. Just 10 seconds will go by fast. I shouldn't say just 10 seconds, should go by fast. 2, 1. Okay, guess it's not that fast, but we're doing that 2 more times and then this workout is done. So everyone catch your breath. Squats and then more squats, and then we're doing more squats and then 1 more squats, then it's done. All right, so squat together. So this is where we come down nice and slow and punch it together. Go ahead and join me, or duck unders. If you're not jumping, you decide. Good. Good. All of these little mini jumps, we land right under our body. Just what we want to do when we're running. Perfect. Good, and 3, 2, all right. Everyone catch your breath. 15 seconds, I know it's not a ton of time, but it's a little bit. We don't want too much of a break. This is the, always end with a bang, right? All right, gonna go in 3, 2, squat jumps or just squats, not just squats. Squats or squat jumps. No wrong answers here. Good. And 3, 2, nicely done. Okay, this means we only have to go through 1 more time. So it's squats and squats. And how we're gonna do it this time, so we're just gonna go right on through. So we've got about 40 seconds left in this workout. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. So catch your breath. Mine will not be caught by then, but that's okay. We're gonna just get started with those duck unders or squat together. Here we go. Good. All right. 30 seconds of these, 10 seconds of squat jumps, and then a quick cool down, and the night is yours. All right. Keep this going. We still have 5 more seconds. And then go ahead and transition. Squat jumps. Start low and low. If you need a break, you can come up in between them, or you can just go right from one to the other. Don't stop yet. 3, 2. Okay, you can stop now. I mean, maybe you don't want to, but I do. So nicely done, everybody. Good ending with good power there. We are going to take it easy for a second. I want you to catch your breath. While we are catching our breath, we did not do any step backs today, so we're going to finish with them here. So you know these, just getting our thumbs going behind our head. And while you do it, Get in a deep breath. You don't need to step way back. You shouldn't be like trying to get tons of space here. Just getting arms up, step it back. Control your breathing. That's enough. Good. All right, once you start feeling like, all right, my breathing's under control, I'm feeling like my heart rate's coming down, then stick into one side. Just stick to one side. Once you've got that, and then we're gonna go from our foot down. So think about heel down in the back, staying in the spot, heel down as much as you can. Hip comes forward, so just push it forward a little bit. Then rib cage comes up as much as you can. Fingers come up 1 inch, neck is long. And other side, good. So go ahead and step it back on the other side, and we're gonna do the same thing. Think about getting the heel down, nice relaxed. Hip comes forward, push it forward a little bit. Rib cage comes up 1 inch, fingers come up 1 inch. Exhale. Nicely done. All right, final thing. Come into a half hinge with me. So this is where we're back into that hinge. We've got our back nice and long, fully extended. So our head is as far from our hips as possible. You get your hands back. So fingers come back behind your hips. Really reach back. And then go ahead and just drop it down. Let your back arch. It's totally fine. Just relax everything. Arms are just totally relaxed. See if you can relax your neck. I find that one of the biggest challenges in life is relaxing my neck. I still am looking up. Part of it is I'm looking at you guys, but hang it down. Just let your neck go. And just feel the stretch through your posterior chain should feel good. You can come up onto your toes a little more, deepen the stretch. And when you're done, slowly just roll it back up. And you are done. Thank you guys for coming to work out with me. Come back next Wednesday so you're not sore. And if you are sore, you can text me about it or email me about it or send it to the complaints department. I don't have one of those though. So it would go into the cloud.